I bam, evo, ovo je rekordno kašnjenje, sat i pol vremena, ali bolje ikad nego nikad. I druga stvar je jednostavno takva je situacija s Gloryjem u Zagrebu, ljudi ludilo je, znači 2 dana je do eventa, vozio sam danas prijatelja svog u službeni hotel, kaos je tamo, imaju 100 medijskih stvari i jedva smo uspjeli dobiti ovaj, kao što smo napisali u najavi, definitivno najjači tandem kad govorimo o svjetskom kicboxingu, Passenier i Antonio Plazibat. Guys, welcome. Ok, pričat ćemo na engleskom, tako da i neće ovo dugo trajati, malo ćemo proći kroz fight kratko, kroz neke stvari, pričat ćemo na engleskom, tako da nemojte zamjeriti. Guys, welcome to podcast Inkubator. Mike, welcome to Zagreb again.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I know.
As always.
yeah, I know. Always great to have you and talk to you. Plaza, again, nice to have you and thank you for coming. I know that you are busy. They are stretching you, right, with this glory because, you know, you were supposed to be, when you are the main star, even though you are not fighting, but now they are using you as a marketing tool. That's smart from them, but, you know, it seems that you are a little bit, you know, stretched.
Yeah, I'm running crazy last days. Last weekend we had the charity event. Aside from that, it was all the glory stuff, and now today, why are we late? Since 11, I'm doing interviews all day, making videos. Now, before coming here, I need to do for the Instagram, for my YouTube channel, make the video. Then Dennis was around running with the camera around me, and I showing a little bit behind the scenes what's happening there, how it looks like for a fighter that walks around, how it like Thursday, 2 days before the fight, how it looks for basically every organization in the world. And now we made that video, get down to the lobby. Mike was already there waiting for me because he's always on time.
Yes.
He's always on time. And then we just jump in the car and drive here. And while driving here, I had a few calls because after I finish this, I go back to the hotel, have a production meeting. After the production meeting, I jump in the car and drive to Rovinj, because Grše has an appearance in the event.
Yes,
I go there with him to the event, stay in Rovinj for a few hours, drive back from Rovinj to Zagreb, sleep, then tomorrow morning early again.
Sleep? I don't think you will sleep, but okay.
A few hours.
Then again, veins tomorrow.
Press conference, veins, camera, media, day, and then I can sleep, however.
You will also attend a fun zone on the day of the event in arena. People can come and meet you over there.
The fan zone is starting 4:30 p.m. 4:30. There will be me and Joe Valtellini probably for hour and a half. The prelims are starting 6, but prelims are basically the main shows.
Yes.
And then it's starting at 6, and at the fan zone will be food, drinks, shirts, gloves, and people can take picture with us. If they don't want a picture with us, they can take a picture with the championship belt and glory stuff and, I don't know, glory ladies and whatever they want to do there.
Mike, is it surprising for you that Plaza, who was like a few years ago, he was still a shy boy. He didn't, you know, expose himself like that. Now he's practically the Glory's #1 marketing tool. And not just for this event, this is logical, but you know, they're using him as a TV commentator and stuff like that. He's main guy of the promotion for last 2 or 3 years, if you take out, pull aside Rico, right? So does it surprise you that he turned out to be such a good marketing tool?
Yes and no. Yes, because he was very shy in the beginning. But then again, you know, I start putting some time in him, you know, by talking to him. First with training, then outside of the training, you know. And then the first time we went to Paris, I cannot tell this story long enough. He had like this bag, he had to hold his bag. He walked like 1 meter behind me. Everywhere I go, he was there. And then we had an interview, and he was just looking and nodding, and I was doing the talking for him. And then I said, listen, you need to sell yourself. Just express yourself. Say what you want. Okay, then I'm going to do that. And a couple of fights later, then even Todd Grisham, no?
The main commentator.
Yeah.
He said, oh, I didn't know he could talk. But I know because with me, he had
Yeah, he's natural.
yes, but in the beginning it was like this. He's in a strange country. He doesn't know anything. If you don't know anything in our gym, you know, it looks like everybody's gunning for you and coming for you. And I just tell him, look, you need to earn your spot in here. And once you earn your spot in here, you're going to earn your spot in the Glory. And once you have the spot in there, you know, you just need to, and then you need to build it out. And, well, he did it magnificently.
He did it.
I might add. You know, because he's a fun guy. You can live with it, or at least I can live with him. We had fun. We had some good conversations. Sometimes when we are in the car, you know, when I come to Croatia, we sit in the car. We talk for 1.5 hours. And then about everything. About business plans, fighting, no matter what. And next steps, next moves. And then you know, I tell him, look, it's there for the taking. Before, you know, we had this, look, the very charismatic fighter, Badr, of course.
Yes.
You know, there's hardly anybody like him.
Yes.
Rico, he's doing well, but he's like wanted to be the nice guy. And he is. Levi is the same as Rico.
Yes.
You know, but you don't, look, you don't watch fighting for nice guys. You want to have a little bit bad boys. And, you know, he is, and he just show yourself. And look at him now.
Yeah, look at him now. But I don't think he's a bad boy. I think he's a very, very good boy, actually. But, you know, he's not boring, I would say, like Levi I mean, in the way of his speaking. And of course, in ring,
I don't say
it's
bad
also
boy
important.
like a bad character.
Yeah, I know.
No,
Yes.
it's bad like, okay, listen, he's gonna tell you, I'm gonna knock your head off.
Yes.
People want to hear this.
Yes,
and
I agree.
Actually doing it.
Yeah, actually doing it. Actually, yes, this is the most important.
You know?
What he says, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, and don't say, well, I hope tomorrow we can have a tactical match.
Yes.
Maybe a chess match.
Yes.
And,
I will give
do this.
all that I have, and then let the better win.
Yes,
you know.
and let the better guy take the victory. But he said, no.
I'll fuck you up.
It's not like this, you know. I'm going to fuck you up, and when I'm finished, and there's somebody who wants some more, he can get some more.
Yes.
And then they're going to say, yeah, well, no, I'm going to make it honest with you. I'm going to do it in 1 round.
Yes.
Or I can do it in 2 rounds. You know, and after that, okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
Or he says, okay, we go in there, you know, I'm stupid, I don't know, but let's see who can take the better punches.
Yes.
You or me. You want to trade with me? And then he goes stand in there and start trading. Of course, with a little bit knowledge of not to take too much, but,
yes.
you know, but it looks like this, and people like this. And let's be honest, we had some good fighters coming from Croatia.
Yes.
You got it to Branko, Mirko, now Antidelia. And now you got a new one.
Yes.
So
it's a shame that this happened to him now. First injury and now the second injury. Plaza, how are you handling all of this?
He knows. Now I'm gonna remember him. Every time I'm in the ring and I go, he gives the combo. The combo is like I told a million times, like 1, 2 kicks. But if I say it, people don't understand. But doesn't 1, 2 kick, go back, boom, jab, right, hook, move, switch, high kick, combo done. We're doing it for an hour, and I go after like 30, 40 minutes. I stop and I go like And then he goes a little bit like this move, but while he's doing it, he's looking at me like this. You're
gonna say, oh, coach,
like dumb fuck, but it pains me, and he didn't know. I also didn't know. I thought it is just normal, and then I go stretch it out, and he looks at me. I do it a few times. He looks at me like, nah.
Yeah,
he's just like buying himself time just not to do the combo because
yes.
after you do the combo for an hour. and you are like crying, like, you know, it's not good. You're dead. Nobody can breathe. He comes to the genius idea: do it 10 times in a row. And then just and then I was. He knows it was hurting for that. What I wanted to say, it was hurting for more time. Yeah. But it wasn't as bad, and we could not know it. He could not know it, I could not know it, because it was blitz pain. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, I know.
Then I need to stop a bit.
Yeah.
But if
it's like a nerve, right?
Yeah, like if I need to continue, I could push at that time and just continue without stopping. But sometimes it will happen that I really need to stop. But we could not know it, and I also saw people saying, "Yeah, that's what." Mike, school, too hard, too training, too much sparring, too this, too that. But what he was saying before, how can me or anybody else can come to him and say, like, hey, what are you doing? I can do also, and it's not smart, it's not this, that. He has more than, I don't know, 20, 30 world champions.
Yes.
Whatever discipline you want, boxing, kickboxing, MMA, and you did nothing. It works. Is it hard? It's extremely hard. Theo was also speaking. He was fucking him pretty. Yeah, he was fucking him pretty bad. It's annoying. It's
first
hard.
sparring, first round. He had.
Don't give fucking up the first sparring.
His eardrum.
Yeah, it's hard, it's everything, but what do you want? Like, just from his, now I seen how it looks, and he's seen his perspective. His perspective is, if I'm wrong, correct me, you are sitting in the gym. And people are texting you from around the world. I want to come, I want to beat everybody up, I'm the best, I'm this, I'm that, I'm going to fuck up everybody, I'm going to beat Plazibat, going to beat Jamal, going to beat Badr, going to beat Rico, he's going to fuck Saki, nobody, I'm the strongest, I'm coming, blah, blah, blah. Then he comes to the gym, and I want to train, I'm ready. Second training, he's like, ouch, yeah, hurting, and he just say like, yeah. Nothing is done. You need to do some selection of somebody who's staying, who's not, because if it's not that way, then you will have a gym full of the semi-gay dudes whose everything is hurting. As a fighter, me personally, something is always hurting. You cannot go without hurting, because only if you block
it's
kicks,
contact sport.
Yeah, if you block kicks every day. If you block low kicks, doesn't matter what you do, something will hurt, but that's normal. You just continue to do the work, and that's it.
It seems, that you are taking it, not easily, but okay. But if you are really honest and sincere, how sad are you and how devastated you are? Because, after 1.5 years now, a long layoff, and it's not ideal situation.
No, it's shit. It is very frustrating, but at the same time as it's frustrating, I also spoke with him. He comes, why I speak with him, he comes like an older brother, you cannot, if you speak with people around you, they will not sometimes say the things how you want, and I hear with him every day, basically. We hear each other every day, and I want to see his angle at the stuff I'm saying. Doesn't matter if he agrees with me or not, just because first he's older, second he's not from Croatia, that's also important. He's not from Croatia, he's not from this environment around me. So
this mentality.
And mentality is different, the working is there, so just to see how that helps a lot, in not just in fighting, promoting or anything, just in general in life. But beside that, the thing is just me thinking about the injury. It's fucked, it's not good, it's frustrating, but what should I do now? Complain and be like,
it won't help.
It's not helping, and there are much worse things in life than having a 1 year layoff. It's okay.
Definitely.
Like,
what do you say, Mike, about the injury and how it happened? Did you know? Were you devastated and were you sad that you had to cancel the fight? It was the whole event was based around the Plazibat.
Yeah.
Without him, you see they are struggling. They put like 20 other fighters from Croatian region just to fulfill his place, and it's not easy because he's bigger star than all them together like 10 times. So they are working the way out, I would say, but you know, it's not easy.
And I need to thank Glory because when I called, I pull out. They were thinking of canceling the event and everything.
Yes, it's logical, man.
Yeah,
in one way.
And then stuff happened, and I pulled them like, do it, like, okay, it will maybe not be 15,000 people sold out, but it's still good. Like it's still 7,000-8,000 people. That is still a good show. Like in general, like football games, I think it's not even 1,000 people per game. Like only the top level games get people. So
yes, Mike.
Yeah, for me, it's frustrating. Personally, for him, it's more frustrating, of course. But for me, you have to see it like this. I started a couple of years ago training with him when he coming from a very bad situation.
Yes,
you know?
I remember you.
Nobody wanted him, you know, he was good, but everybody's always saying, let's see, no, he's not going to make it, he's not going to make it. And we did our best and we started winning, and in a good way. And he started developing as a fighter and as a human. And then finally, we were here last time and we wanted to fight Rico. He had to wait something like 2.5, 3 years to fight Rico, and then finally at the last fight, okay, it didn't went the way it's supposed to be. But this is also fighting.
Yes.
And now we can come here in his own country as a superstar, you know, and you know, with me being his trainer, saying, listen, to all the naysayers, here we are. And we're going to give you a show. And from there on, you know, Glory is going to be here in Croatia, as well as in Holland, and as well as everywhere around the world. And it's going to be his starting. You know, I don't need to walk in front. Everybody knows that. I'm always the guy behind.
Yes.
But I would like it for him. For all the hard work, all the things you do, all the months he came to Holland, sitting 2 months in a small room with his PlayStation, and then looking at his phone, looking from me, said, oh, today was not good, maybe we can start tomorrow 30 minutes earlier. Things like that.
Yes.
You know, and then over and over and over again, and then finally it's there, and then we see it all go to shit. Okay, the show is going to be good.
Yes, actually the fight card is now the better fight card than firstly when with you, because now they put in a lot of good fights just to replace you.
And
so,
I also called him one evening. You know, it's like in the weekends, I like to go to the bar. Everybody knows it. And then on one Saturday, I called him and I said, okay, listen, we're going to do it differently. Because I was waiting for him to come to Holland. Because I came to Croatia a couple of times, you know, but then I'm here 4 or 5 days, and then everything is good, and then I'm leaving again. And the doctor said, push the arm, push the arm. Oh, I know how to push it, no problem. You know, so I bought some special pads, you know, just to hit the arm and to smack him around and do things. And then I said, okay, listen, I'm fed up. We need to win this fight. You come to Holland, we start to train differently. You know, even though we need to switch stands, we're going to start, you're going to come like in 2 or 3 days, and then we have to go. And then we go from there, you know, we have to move, because I also did fights with Myrtle. He had this fracture in his face.
Yes.
We won a tournament. Badr broke his hand. We won fights. So I said, okay, I'm going to do this experience with him as well. As long as we do this, you know, we're fighting Levy, we can do this, no problem. Then he said, okay. So I was, you know, screaming and yelling to the phone to him.
story.
And you have to record that.
And normally, you know, we're talking, he's like, hey, coach, listen, and he's talking for, let's say, for 75% of the time. And I'm listening and say, yeah, okay, then maybe we can do it. Yeah, and then he's coming. And now I was on the phone all the time, screaming and yelling. And I said, no, I want you Monday, Tuesday. I'm going to buy the ticket. And then he said, okay, can I ask one more thing? And he said, yes. I said, okay, of course. He said, okay, Monday, I go to the doctor. Then I see the final photos. I said, okay, we wait from there. But then I didn't know it was that bad.
Yes.
So, you know, I already fired him up. I was fired up. I said, okay, now Monday.
Then I called the doctor. We check.
How bad is it? Because nobody knew before the last weekend, the fight with, podcast with Brestovac, when I spoke with you, and you told me, you know, it's 9 months or even a year. So you have like a cyst, right, and like a crack.
The thing is, I spoke whatever he told me. I called the doctor. Yeah, fighting. We go. I'm killing everybody. Right stand. Blah blah. Do that.
Kill everyone.
The doctor told me immediately. He said, "Listen, come to Belgrade. I didn't have a fight in my life. I will hit you once, and you will quit." And then I was like, hey, yeah, that's not good. And then he said that he was super serious. Then we made another control picture stuff. We're gonna do that. And then he said, like, listen, if you do it, you can do it, but it's just you will not fight not because you don't fight, but you will not fight because it will be breaking before the fight. Like,
yes.
Over the next 2 weeks, now it's like. It will be break, and then it's a question: will you fight ever before? Because then 100% I need to put stuff inside, like metal, blah blah blah. It can go great and all good, but also can be problems, like you see now with Ilic. Now Joe Valtellini, who's there, he has a plate, like inside this side, like.
Yes.
And he cannot. He said, I cannot take a kick. Like if you kick me. I cannot, because when you kick, the arm goes with the same problem. I cannot take it. Like, it's all great, perfect, everything, but you cannot take it. Like, it's not possible. And then he told me, like, probably you cannot fight anymore. At least, like, kickboxing is out. Like, you cannot take kicks. And it's front arm. But the problem is, with what I understand, he told me, the bone is inflated. Upaljena.
Yes, inflated. Yeah, you have some infection.
All the tendons and the ligaments. It's rupture inside. It's some cyst, and the bone in general is just breaking apart. It's just falling apart.
It's spent.
Everything.
It's like, you know. So do you need a surgery, and
now
what kind of treatment do you need?
We do it now with treatment and therapy. He gives me the injections and stuff, everything that's needed to jump start it and start recover. I take, I don't know, infusion stuff, everything that needs to get quick as possible.
Yes.
But now is the thing, how long will it need for my body to repair it? And he told me literally, like, you need to put yourself in vacation mode. Like 3 trainings a week, easy, sleep, just vacation, just so body heals. It doesn't burn energy on anything else than for this to heal. Mm-hmm. And then when I can connect a month, 2 months, 2 months training and sparring hard without feeling
pain,
and then I need to stop, shake it and stretch it out, it's good. Because if it's that again, then it's just the process to this point will be very fast. Then it's,
I don't know how the stem cells, does it help, you know, or something like that?
He's giving me everything.
He's giving me everything, but
everything. And Stipe Dervish also told me now in Split, he had the same problem. That's why he told me that's why I stopped fighting. He's a boxer.
Yeah, he told this story here,
Yeah, he told I stopped fighting because
he had to ice it before every training, like 30 minutes after. He just, after each training, he went with hand in ice bath, and it was like 30 minutes just so he can do anything. It was every day.
Yeah, and he told me it's same shit as his, and like it happens. He's not the first or the last fighter, nor me. It just happens over time. And he told me, like, you just need time. Like, if I waited for a year, it would be good.
Okay.
But the problem was when that was happening to him, he was already at the end of his career. So it's like this happening to me when I'm 41. Like, what I'm going to say.
Yeah, but it's different times. You know, then in that time, people were fighting until 30. Now they're fighting until 14. It's different. Is it a product? Is it because you were away so long and you have delay in your career, and now when you started training hard, it happened, or it's something that was already, you know,
something that was happening.
Yeah, something that was, you know, boiling for a while.
For the last, before the injury before the broken bone, probably 2 years before that, I was,
that you felt it. Like.
That I felt it, little by little.
That was the story he was telling, but he went off. He was telling because he had, during training sometimes, because when he and I trained together, you know, and then I just say, okay, no, push it, and then he said, my arm. And I was always making fun of him, you know.
But it's normal because we are training very hard, so at that moment it looks like
it's normal. It's expected.
I'm trying to get out of the training because it's not easy. Like we are not doing something easy. It's like boom, boom, and then that's the thing. It was happening just when we went super hard. Like we went when it was deep. Because he has, sometimes he goes like 100 jabs. And when we go like that, then like after 50 jab, I cannot do it anymore. And then of course he thinks it's conditioning, I'm not ready, blah, blah, blah. But it's the arm. And then I felt it just then, but I also didn't know how. And then it just became more often. Sometimes I also stopped the training because of it. Small guys calling. And then sometimes I like didn't train maybe with that arm one training, or it felt blah blah blah, or skip the sparring or something like that. And then when it got broken, it's just got fucked.
Do you feel the pain right now? Is it swollen or not?
Normal life.
It's
everything.
Nothing.
Training normally, hitting, everything is normal, except if I need to give 3 rounds. If I need to do now 3 rounds sparring, maybe not heavyweight, but somebody less, I can do that once. And then it's swollen, like you can see if I put, when it's inflated, if I put arm like this, you can see like the tendons, how they swell. It's not too much, but if I go, it's here, you will see it's there.
Fuck that, man.
But for normal everything, it's all good. I have no problem with nothing.
But again, I mean, they didn't give you easy opponent for your return fight. I mean, you were away from like 15 months, and then they give you Levy, who is #1 contender, and actually he's a kicker. So you had a broken arm, so it's. You know, we were just talking, me and Mladen, and it was like, okay, they could give you somebody easier for a return fight, and maybe somebody who is not a kicker and who would kick you in that arm. So I didn't like it, actually. I mean, I think that you are better than Levy, a lot, but his style is not good for this moment, I would say.
I asked for a boxer.
Yes, for a boxer, yes, that would be better.
First I asked, you know, for a step in.
Yes.
You know, like Vladimir talk.
Yes.
Then for here, I asked for a boxer. Just stand in like Katinas.
Yes, somebody who is ready to punch.
And start fighting and win or lose, but you have to give a good shot to the people. And then after that, you know, give us one. But I wanted to fight fast, you know, fast after fight. Yes. And then I wanted to fight Levy, because Levy is like this number, you know, they call him the prince. And say, okay, we're going to take the prince, and then we're going to go for Rico. That is just a normal way of thinking. And then they say, no, well, that's a Mike. We have to change plans. We skip one fight. I say, okay. But then, can he fight Levy? Of course he can fight Levy. It's no doubt about it. Yeah, but can he fight him in Croatia? Yeah. Let me call with him, get back at you. And then he said, then I said to him, I said, listen, they want you to fight Levy, and the winner is fighting Rico. And they want you to fight 5 rounds. So I said, why not? So I said, okay, I'll call you back in 10 minutes. I called them. I said, okay, come on, bring it on. 5 rounds, no problem.
Yeah.
You know, so, but then these things happen and he's supposed to come to Holland because normally he comes about 8 to 10 weeks for one fight, and now he's supposed to come like 15 weeks for this fight. And, you know, and 15, and then he's supposed to come like 5 weeks, go back home for 1 weekend, come another 7 weeks, go home for a weekend, come another 7 weeks. So by then we are all 19 weeks, but then it becomes 18 weeks, 16 weeks. And I said, hey, you need to come, man.
Yes.
Come on.
And while we doing that, I'm doing the therapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the training, I knew that it's not good. It's in training with Rade and Nikola in Beograd. I was there for therapy, and we knew already it's bad, but he said, come. He didn't tell me it's that bad. He just said, come. I will do everything. He also spoke with Mike. I will do everything to get him back. It's possible, but it depends how he reacts to therapy and everything. Then we went to Belgrade. I do that therapy he's just giving me. And then he told like, hey, today hard training, you need to go like heavyweights hard to see how it goes. And then I went with Rade and Nikola on hard training on the arm, and then tomorrow I did training with, I saw him today, Jankela.
Yeah, Jankovic. He's fighting on the card.
Yeah, and my arm was hurting from him. And then we did training, but I was doing semi, and I was still lying a bit to myself that it's better than it was. But now thinking back, that was the moment that I could tell to myself, it's done. But I could not tell that to myself at that moment because the show was in Croatia. Everything was, I was hyped.
Yeah, it was all depending on you. It's not easy position for you, man. They are actually, they're pushing you, that's fine. They wanted to do event last year. Remember, we did press conference and everything. So yeah, Glory is investing a lot of money and a lot of assets to you, and that's good. But again, if you are canceling the fight, it must be hard for you because you feel this. You feel that it's dependent on you, so you want to give as much as you can. So but now, man, you're helping them on so many levels, and you're doing so many things and so much stuff for them with marketing and stuff. So I think they have to be grateful to you, really.
With them, it's no problem.
So
It never was any problem with them getting angry at me or anything like that. It's cool. Happened. It's all good. It's no problem with anything.
Mike, I wanted to ask you about the fight with Cookieja, and Mladen was here 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I don't remember, and he told me, you know, if I was Plazibat in that match, I would just turn around, sit down and show my hand and said, man, it's done. Yeah. Because in that way, people would not doubt it. They will see that he is injured. And secondly, he would save himself from a more difficult injury, because during that fight, it's most certainly got broken a little more. But no, he did it till the end. He survived everything. He showed his heart, and people actually were more critical about it. No, you were not injured. You were not ready enough. You looked fat. It was so shameful at the moment, and you know, at the end, it cost him 1 year of his career. How do you remember that fight? And do you think that he did it wrong or what?
The problem goes before this. You have to think, look, everybody knows I don't speak Croatian very well.
Yes. Very well, but you speak some.
Yeah. You know, but I got this southern tongue for, but it's okay. But the thing is, no, I was with him in Split, and he was fighting Benny Adekboy, and it was Benny, and then Milas was fighting Tony Yoka.
Yes.
Is that the same fight, same time?
No, it was Kebab's second. No.
Kebab's. Yeah. Okay. So But you know, we were in training.
Yeah, and I lost Nordin before. Yeah, it was kebabs, but I lost.
We were in training, and everywhere we went, people came up to him and started telling him, "Listen, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it." They also said the same thing about Milas, you know, and then all of a sudden I told him, "What are they saying?" And he said, nothing. And then I asked his father. And his father said, no, they say they're not going to make it, you know, but this is the people around here, you know. And I said, no.
Croatian mentality.
No, yeah. I don't want, you know, I don't want it. I don't want the negative influence, you know. I don't want it to get to us, you know. So I actually start discussing with people, you know, and tell them to be more positive about it, you know, and be happy one fight is going to be there. Then Milas unfortunately lost.
Yes.
And we were training with Milas, you know, and he was growing every time, and he won the fight. But then at that fight, after the second round,
yeah,
he came back. He said, "I cannot stand on my leg anymore."
Yeah, he had a problem with the leg. I remember.
And I said to him, I said, "Listen, can you hold on for 3 more minutes for me, please?" You know, and he looks at me and said, "Hey, Antonio, come on, you just need to stand for 3 more minutes and you're the winner." Because, you know, he knocked him down a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know, so it's basically, as long as you keep standing on your feet, you were winning. That doesn't matter what happened. For 3 more minutes, you can do it. Or step in and knock him out. And then, you know, we had this small discussion in the corner, you know, where I asked, I'm going to scream. And he said, and then, because he didn't want me to scream at him anymore, I think he said, yeah, just let me go now. Okay, so mouthpiece, up, kiss, go. Then he knocked him out. But at that point, he broke a piece of bone off of his knee. And, you know, so it was very hard to stand on that leg.
Yes.
But, you know, so afterwards he come back and I said,
You did it, yeah? Okay.
I told you, yeah, sure. As long as you stop screaming, you know, it's going to be okay. So, okay, then we did bear this in mind. So now we go to this other fight. And it's also like, okay, look, there are a lot of people coming. Croatia is playing soccer in Holland.
Yeah, it was joined event, Croatian
football. There were a lot of Croatian people.
Most of the people were Croatian that
coming.
It was Rotterdam, right?
Yes, people from the national team was there. You know, with this in mind, people saying, well, listen, you always give up. You don't want to go. Because Milas lost, I think around 7 or 8.
Yeah, 7
and
8.
They were so negative about him, you know, and I said, yeah, well, listen, I can only defend my own fighter, you know, that's hard enough for me to defend my own fighter, you know, but I felt sorry for Milas, and then this happened in this fight, with this in mind, and probably with me in his head, you know, like, man, come on, suck it up. It's like 2 more rounds, 6 minutes, fuck it. You know, or it's 9 minutes. Fuck it. It's nothing. And so he kept on fighting, pushing and trying.
Yes, he did.
And that's all, in my opinion, you can ask of a fighter. Because if you don't try, you don't know.
Yes.
You can turn around and say, oh, my arm, man, stop. And everybody feels sorry. And then at the end, maybe nothing is there.
Yes.
And then you're a big poser. And now he tried, and now it's even worse. But now, in my mind, I told him, listen, at least you did it for yourself. You did it to show yourself, you know, you break your arm, you don't walk away for the fight. You kept on trying, and don't forget, Cookieja is a big guy.
Yes.
And he's a hard puncher.
Yes.
You know? And he didn't lose, you know. He just stand in the corner and he didn't go down of the punches.
No, it was he collapsed from, you know.
He gave up in the mind.
Yes.
The mind says, hey man, I did all I could.
Yeah.
I cannot do anything else anymore. So that's it. And that what happened. And then also, I remember I rushed, because I was on the commentary booth, I rushed into the ring. I come with him, you know, and I told him, listen, we're never going to do this anymore. I'm not going to leave you again. Now we need to stand up. Don't sit here, just stand up. For the last 2 minutes, just be the man. For the last 2 minutes, just stand up. We go to the dressing room, we sit there. You know.
He told me that in the podcast, actually, that you agreed upon the fight, after the fight, that, you know, you will not be separated, even if you have the guy from the same gym fighting him, that you will be on his side. He told me that. And he told me that actually when you were doing commentary and they were like scoring, and that you were, you know, probably on Plazu's side, and that you rushed to the ring. Because it was, I felt so sorry for him. This image when he's, you know, broken on the ropes and, you know, feeling disappointed because all of these people were Croatian there, and I felt like he's feeling that he betrayed them on some level. So yeah, I understand what you're telling to me. Okay, he lost the fight. He maybe got his injury worse than it was before, but he grew in his head, and, you know, and your relationship probably grew on another level. So I get what you wanted to say. Yeah.
Yeah. It was also like this. You have to see, for 2.5, 3 years, you were waiting on a shot to fight Rico.
Yes.
And then he had a shot, and I said, no, you need to do one more fight. And he asked me, Mike, what should I do? I said, listen, if you are meant to be the champion, you know, you take this fight, you win this one. So we take another fight, and we take another fight. And then Rico got injured. And then we come back, we need to do another fight. But I also had another fighter, like Cookieja. And I said to Cookieja, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go in this tournament, and basically, for Cookieja, winning the tournament, getting his money up, you know, and climbing in the ranks, that was the victory by itself.
Yes, yes.
And then they need to train together. And then I think I probably maybe overstated, overlooked it, took it too easy.
Yes.
Because I said, okay, look, on this and that day I trained with Cookieja, this and that day I trained with Antonio, you know, and then we were training, and they also took it a little bit too light, in my opinion. And sometimes I tried to warn him, but, you know, I'm in there in 2 camps. I said to this guy, listen, don't stop training. And I go there with him. I said, hey, don't fuck around. These guys are serious. Mike, no. And, you know, and then, no. Hey, Wally. And then Walter also, no.
I know Walter.
We're going to do it like this. I said, no. And then when I was watching the fight, and I walked to the ring, and I told him, listen, I'm never going to leave you alone again, because sometimes you just need to adjust the fight. And there was, in my opinion, no plan B. That was my opinion. And, you know, and normally I'm training with him, and then at the last evening, after the weighing, sometimes when we were fighting in Germany, we go to the ring. We couldn't get in the ring. We stand next to the ring to get the feeling, to get the atmosphere. It's okay, we do this. And then said, no. Because sometimes I have some of these, I don't know, feelings. No, we need to work on this. No, get the body. Yeah, why the body? No, get the body. Or give me the low kick. Yeah, why? Just give me the low kick to get the attention from the head to the rest of the body. You know, and then he was fighting Katinas, you know, and then he was knocking on him, and he was going, and he couldn't get it. Then he gives the low kick, and
yes.
And then he go bang, up, and then it's finished. And it's not my doing, because I just do my job. It's just something I do. He remembers, he feels comfortable with, and he throws it out.
Yes.
That's okay. And there at that point, it wasn't there, you know, but it was also the same with Cookieja. He also got his own thing, you know, and with him I also do some stuff. You know, like now we come like 1 day earlier just to be together. just to train a little. And same as I do with him, I go early, or we go and then we go walking outside, we go talking, you know, we sit in the room, I don't know, probably doing nothing, or I text him from my room to his room, and you know, we can call, but we start texting. Then okay, I'll see you outside, and you know, and then bring the gloves, and then we go to the gym, or we, you know, and I think these things we were building on all of these years just wasn't there, and then.
Yeah, it was a strange situation. I remember the when you were here and we were talking about it, and he was talking to me. It was the whole time. It was a strange situation because it's, you know, everybody thought, you know, okay, Plazibat is so much better. He was better on sparring. He's a better fighter. He will win easily. And you know, even when I was driving with you and Cookie in the car, Cookie was here, you were behind, and you were telling me, yeah, when Plazu does this, and then we will fight this, and Cookie was there, and I was like, okay, Mike is already expecting this. Did you, I wanted to know, did you know that you were doing commentary, but you were looking at your fighter? Did you know that something was wrong at the moment that he's broken or whatever? Because, or you didn't know? Because most of the people didn't know after the fight. They thought, okay, just Plazibat was bad.
I was waiting for him.
You were just waiting to start?
I was waiting for him after one round. I said, hey, what happened?
Yeah, what's going on?
After the second round, I said, hey, you need to go now.
Yes.
You know, and I was looking, you know, during the
break.
Yes, during the break at the corner. And of course nobody's looking at me, but I was looking for, hey man, come on, you need to go now. I do have to say that Cookie got saved by the referee.
Yeah,
because if you look,
he knocked down the referee.
If you look closely, you know, he comes with his head like this.
Yes.
And at that point, the referee comes in here.
Yes.
The punch come, you know, and normally if you get this, look, Cookie can take a punch.
Yes.
But I don't think he could have taken that punch just because it's from the movement.
Yeah.
You know, with the head.
Yeah. And there was no amortization about it.
Yeah. So in my opinion, it was just one of those days for him. Everything went wrong. For Cookie, well, he did what he's supposed to do.
Yes, I agree.
And yeah, now we're sitting here again, you know, with an injured Antonio. Cookie is fighting. Yeah, that's too bad, you know. You may ask, do you want to have it any other way? Well, I wanted to have them both.
Of course.
On the card, because before this fight, we had a very good team, and he was helping Cookie.
Of course, yeah.
And then when, because he's one of these guys, we also do a lot of imitations, you know, sometimes to make fun of somebody, but also sometimes, but also sometimes, you know, I tell, okay, listen, you know, okay, we're going to spar, you have to act like this fighter. Or, Cookie, now you're going to stand there, you know, close it up. Antonio, open him up. You know, and things like that. And, you know, of course, after that fight, well, we never really trained with each other again. But, you know, they didn't feel the same. It didn't feel the same. And that's the thing I overlooked, in my opinion. Should we say no, like we did the fight with Jamal and him? I said, well, look, if he had to lose, then better lose from Cookie than lose, for instance, by, I don't know.
Anybody else, yeah.
Big Sexy.
Yes, yeah. Big Sexy, yeah.
Yes, or lose from, I don't know, Katinas, or lose, you know, or lose from Levi, or, you know, if it's like that, you know, it's like that. Because he lost of Mahadin.
Yes.
That's one. I didn't think he'd lose.
Yeah, it was close one, yeah.
No,
we talked about it.
He get an 8 count.
Yes,
he won round 2, he won round 3.
Yes,
we get an extra round. He even won that round, and then they say no, because of the previous rounds. And I said, fuck it. And then Levi kicked him like 2 times in the stomach, and he stopped. And I also think Mahadin, he was very emotional after he get the win. So that basically that says it all.
Da, yes.
You know.
Dominić, ajde molim ti samo ugasi ovu muziku. Skužio sam da cijelo vrijeme u pozadini samo se. Molim te da niko nije ugasio. Yeah, guys, because we don't have much time,
no problem.
I wanted to ask you, what do you think about Brestovac's farewell fight? I mean, Brestovac is iconic fighter. If you see his highlight, I would say that this is the best highlight for high kicks ever made. And, you know, he didn't fight for 5 years. He had some offers, but, you know, it was Corona stuff. And, you know, he found his other way in life. He has a family and now a child. So, but he returned for this fight. I was on open weigh-ins, open training workout, and Plaza was also there. And Mlađo is in good shape. So he took this seriously. He's now preparing for 6 months. And, you know, I asked him, how does he feel after such a long layoff? And he told me, you know, at the beginning it was so hard. He wanted to quit. After 2 or 3 weeks, he said, you know, I couldn't get up from my bed. But he lost some speed. He said some, you know, situations where he has to defend. He doesn't know how to approach opponent in sparring. So he lost these things. But, you know, power, he got even better in power. He changed his diet. He's looking better than he was, you know, in his prime. So yeah, this is his farewell fight. At the end, he is now the first star of the show. Without him, I think, you know, and Plaza again, this wouldn't make any sense. What do you think, Mike? And what do you think, Plaza?
Yeah. I know him since 2004.
Yes, I know. He told me.
We fought with Björn Breggy against him in Prague. He was very young.
Yeah, he was very young.
And very strong. So, and ever since, you know, because this was my first fight with Björn against him. My first fight with Björn was against him. And so, you know, I always remember, and always when I see him, he's a very nice guy.
Yes, very polite.
Very amiable guy. So, you know, I think he deserves a very good goodbye. And I think Glory will send him off very, very good by giving him the good highlights, by show him exactly what he done for himself and for kickboxing in Croatia. And I think for him there is no better place to leave the kickboxing than here in Croatia, in Zagreb.
Yes, I agree. He fought Rico twice, man, and he was so close. Even, you know, remember, Plaza, you were actually doing sparring with him for, I think, first fight. I remember that because I saw this sparring. And actually, Mladen was like training in the morning, then working 8 hours, then training in the evening, and, you know, resting, and even doing, I don't know, he was a trainer at one Subos club. These guys were actually training at his place. So it's a miracle that he did what he did with this kind of preparations and this kind of conditions. What do you think, Plaza? What do you think about his farewell fight?
Well, I told already 100 times that I wanted to happen. It happened in Zagreb finally. It cannot get better than this, at least for him. The only thing why I think he didn't get as big as he can or whatever is maybe that Mike spoke in the beginning. He didn't have somebody like him with experience that he has to make him that, at least to push him a bit to become that. Because he's with Pupac all his life, and Pupac is also, he's not type of guy that's gonna push him to do that. So maybe if Brestovac had somebody to push him in the spotlight and navigate him a bit, and also Saki impacted me, like him, also Badr, seeing him training, how they behave, not just that, but the fights before I knew them and everything together with when you see it real life, and that all together pushed me to go a little bit. Like I said, I can be a normal guy in Croatia and talk normally and don't need to do any shit.
Yes.
But for somebody to recognize you outside, like in Holland or whenever you want, you need to be a little more outspoken and say what you think and do things, because the market is so big. If you don't say something special, you are saying the same thing that everybody is saying. Like, I was now doing the interviews for 5 hours all of them are saying the same thing. Like, I know all of them are thinking they're saying something different. It's not, it's the same thing. One or two of them said something fun, like, and that's it. Everything else, it's just, and then you need somebody like to push you and put you in that position. And I think because he didn't have somebody like that, he was more to himself and just like working. And maybe at that moment, if he had somebody before the Rico fights and everybody, just to grab him out and push him and say, okay, fuck work, you are now doing this, nothing, I don't care, like, and push him and do, maybe he would be a champion and superstar and I don't know what, but...
Yeah, you need to, I understand what you're saying, you need to stand out from the crowd, and a lot of fighters that are now present, and people need to...
You are in, it's called sports and entertainment.
Yes.
And sports, it's small letter, entertainment is big letter. Like, it's not sport, it's entertainment, nothing else. The thing, now this Saturday, you don't sell sport to the people, you sell the entertainment. People that come to Hajduk games, they come because of the entertainment. Like, the sports is, in any sports in the world, it's very small sports. Olympic games now, I didn't watch it, but stuff like that, it's just one big entertainment stage. Now Saudi Arabia with boxing, it's literally going out to show rappers, blah, 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 it's just entertainment. Sport is just parts of men who thinks they can fight, they can sit around and talk, but nobody understands shit, and that's it. And that's why you need to, I spoke thousands of times about, like, if I ever go to the fight in America, MMA, boxing or stuff like that, I'm not like that now, but I will be the worst person in the world. Like, I will be like, I don't know, I will plan with Mike, okay, what do we do before? Okay, bottles, we have bottles. Hit him with bottle, throw the table. Like, because who's gonna give a fuck about some Antonio dude from country they cannot even pronounce? It's,
at least you need to try, man. If you're not, if you didn't try, you don't know.
Like Chael Sonnen, everybody hated him during his career, and now everybody thinks he's a legend. Like, he told this, that.
But man, Chael Sonnen did what Muhammad Ali did like 30 years ago. He did it. He started this new trend of trash talking, and now everybody does it.
Mayweather did it, McGregor did it.
Yes, after him, but he was the first one. Remember when he was, telling, I was in Brazil, man. There they think that the buses are cows. Remember that? They're so stupid. So he was like actually making fun of them, and they had to, take and whole army just to protect him in Rio. I remember that. I agree with you.
It's entertainment. It's So some sport athletes, doesn't matter which, understand that part. Some don't understand. Somebody needs to be pushed a bit. Somebody is this, that, but it's
I agree with you, Mike. I had Theo here 2 days ago. It was hilarious. Him and Andre Kedveš both fighting on the fight card. Actually, Theo is fighting young amateur from Croatia, Krajinovic. He's really, really good. So he has a tough fight, even though that Theo is much more experienced than Krajinovic. But it's a tough fight. This guy is also big. And Kedveš is fighting again in Glory, even though that Glory took out and canceled the lightweight division. I think
they didn't took it out. They just put it a little bit on hold.
Yeah, okay. But
they take sometimes fights, but it's not an active competition.
Yes, it's not active competition. But they were here, and man, they spoke about Mike's gym for like 30 minutes. Theo was so funny. He told us everything. Like, you have this house, and you go with your bike these few kilometers each day, even it's raining, even it's like snowing. They go and they live in this house. It's like 15 rounds a week of sparring. And then he told us some strange things that we couldn't believe, that you are like so athletic, then when you are mad and nobody's doing the right thing in the ring, that you are just, okay, I'll show you guys. Go in the ring and start top, high kick, pop. Everybody's like, wow, man, Mike has better technique than me. And then, you know, and Kedveš actually confirmed me because he saw you on some seminar and they told us
he
that
was
you
also in the gym for a couple of days.
Yeah,
1 week.
Yeah, 1 week, but he said that he had to quit after first sparring because he got so injured from the low kicks. Somebody did that. He spent the rest in hotel. And actually, Teo also told me that on his first sparring, he hit Donegi with good punch. Or no, it was again kick and Donegi was something, and that you made him take arms like this and celebrate, like yeah, and got Donegi mad, and then Donegi punched him in the ear, and you know he got his eardrum. So yeah, actually they spoke very well of you, and they said that you are so fun guy and great training, great everything. I didn't know that you are in full training, that you still, you know, do boxing and everything.
Yeah, well, we train. I train every day.
Yes, he told me that.
When I'm in Holland, I train every day. Even though here I try, when I'm abroad, I try to train every day, you know, if the equipment is good. On the other side, I have a good technique of boxing.
Yes.
And sometimes I need to, when I explain it, they say yes, but they don't understand. So I need to show with expression, you know, there you need to accelerate. And it's not as good as it used to be, but it's much better than a lot of people. And that's the only way to say it, because everybody knows I'm sitting on a couch from the ring, screaming, shouting. And when I say, hey, everybody knows who I'm talking to. And yeah, sometimes I need to go in and show or punch, you know, and they said, no, do your hands like this. Because if you punch like this, you feel this. If you put your hands like that, you feel it like that. And well, he knows, so, you know, then I punch him in the chest, or, you know, he punch and I just counter quickly as possible. And then they know, then they understand. Because sometimes you hear things, but when you see how it should be done, and don't ask me to do it like 20 times,
yes,
because I can do it 2 or maybe 3 times again. And then I need to go back to the couch again. But, you know, it helps them. And I'm very thankful and happy that they speak highly of me.
Yeah, they do.
Because,
Teo especially, and they appreciate you very, very much. And Teo said that, you know, in this year that he learned, you know, more or less everything that he knows. So yeah, he spoke very well of you. And when he spoke about boxing and Arabs who are now, you know, pushing all this money into boxing, I know that you are very happy about it, because I am. Finally, you are very big fan of boxing, even bigger than of kickboxing. I know that when we were on dinner, we were just speaking about boxing, and now finally these guys, these heavyweights, are fighting each other, man. Finally, because money is in, nobody is waiting like 4 years. So it's good for boxing, you know.
Not only the heavyweights, all the weights.
Yeah, all the weights.
Now you get the fights you want to see.
Yes.
So at the same time, you know, when you were with Heckler, Huns, Duran,
yes,
and Leonard, then you see fights, and now we can see it again.
I agree.
And I also think, you know, we should do this with kickboxing. You know, don't turn around each other, because most of the fighters think, well, if you lose, it's the end of the world, but it's not the end of the world.
Yes. Yeah, the problem was that everybody was waiting, all these teams and their boxers, if they're in top 20 or 15, they were waiting for a chance to become a champion, because they knew, okay, I am a champion, then I will earn some money. But now, when all this money is in front of them, because Arabs are paying, you know, everybody, you know, Parker is fighting Wilder, this guy is fighting this guy. So yeah, I lost. I mean, I don't care, I will fight in 2 months again. See what happened to Zilei Zhang, you know. He lost, and after that he won, and now he's back at the throne, almost. So yeah, the game changed, and I like it very much. I enjoyed professional boxing in the last 2 years more than I enjoyed the last 10. So,
of course. You know, we go back to the old days.
Yes, back to the old days.
You know, when you were fighting, like, I don't know, when champions were fighting champions.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, I agree. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Glory. Ekipa, evo kratko, znači 21.9. to je za 2 dana, sutra je vaganje službeno. prvo službeno jutro, onda ceremonijalno, nakon toga 21.9. u Zagrebu, Glory 95, nema Plaze, ali ima, stvarno su nakrcali fight card. Nije pretjerivanje kada kažem da se radi o boljem fight cardu nego je Plazibat bio na njemu. Imamo, ne znam, 7-8 hrvatskih boraca, nekoliko regionalnih boraca, vrhunski borci su. Ako niste kupili svoju kartu, svakako to učinite. Mislim da nećete sigurno promašiti i profulati, požaliti. Program je već u 4:30 kad je Plaza u fan zoni, pa onda undercard kreće u 6 i onda do kasno navečer. Imate, ne znam, Levi protiv Bahrama, pa Ozaro nastupa, ne do duše protiv Jurdendala, Nikola Filipović, Arjan Sadiković, Milo Cvjetićen, stvarno brutalan fight card i onda naši dečki Brestovac, Kedveš, Bertić, Košar, Mikelić, Krajinović, Filip Matić, stvarno brutalno. So what do you think about the fight card? Mike, I know that you are keeping track of everything. You have Levi versus Bahram. It's very interesting fight. Very, very interesting. Top contenders. Levi is a favorite if you see, what most people think. But, it won't be easy. Bahram is a crazy guy who always brings the hits. So what do you expect?
Well, I think an explosive fight with Levi as winner. Take knockout round 3. Simple. Bahram is good.
Yeah.
He's explosive. He's fun.
Yes,
he's fun to watch. He's coming to fight.
Yes, always.
Things are like, is it good? It's not always that good, and he fought Levi in a time when Levi separated with his trainer after 12 or 16 years, and was training alone with his brother. Now he's got a new team. He's trained by Michael Polana.
Yeah.
He's a very good trainer. And I think he, it's like Antonio just described Brestovac. Yes. He said he needs a trainer who push him a little bit further, who makes him a little bit angry, who says, no, you're not going to do this today. And if you try, I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah,
basically that. And I think Marko Polana will do that with Levi. Because I know Levi was very upset when Antonio cursed him.
It was a problem. Then you apologized.
And then
it was all over the media. Yeah,
Marko,
he was upset.
No.
His feelings were touched. What happened?
It's simple. Antonio tried to sell the fight.
Yes.
And if normally you do it you're fighting with 2, you sell the fight with 2. But if only one should sell the fight, you need to go deeper and deeper. And at the end, you need to go over the edge to sell it. And he did. And that Marko Polana said that was the first time I saw him angry, and we kept on keeping him angry. I said, okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's what I like. And so I think Levi's going to win Bahram.
Yeah. Tebe neću pitat, Plaza, jer idemo odmah na sljedeći meč, a to je Ozaro. He was supposed to fight Jurdendal, Urku. I was very happy about that match because both big guys. Urku is, you never know what to expect from him. But at the end, Urku dropped out, and now Big Sexy is fighting, right?
Yes.
Ozaro. So what do you think? It's your division. It's top heavyweights.
I think Cookieja should knock him out. Today I speak with both of them. I'm not a snitch. I'm not going to snitch. I have nothing to snitch. It's not they are speaking tactics or nothing, but Big Sexy is looking, he seems talking super confident and not super confident, but from what he's saying, he will bring the fight and he thinks Cookieja cannot take that fight. Like he will fall under pressure or something like that. But I think what should happen, Cookieja should catch him in between and knock him out. That's it.
That's it. And then we have Mahidin versus Nikola Filipović. Great fight for region. Nikola is number 8 in heavyweight division. Great heavyweight. Then Mahidin, we know him from the fights with you. A little smaller, a little smaller heavyweight, but very powerful and very dangerous. So what do you think, Mike?
Very explosive.
Yeah, very explosive.
And both fighters with a conditioning problem.
Yes, it could happen on both sides, yes.
Yes, you know, sometimes they're running in empty. But I think I have to go for Mahdi because he's more experienced. I know he's getting very nervous before the fights, but I think, and he, I didn't see him training in Holland. I think he trained with his old trainer again. Sometimes it's a good thing.
Sometimes it's not. What do you think? You know Filipovic, he's very good.
I think that's a perfect matchup for Filipovic. After the Kahab loss, that's from all the heavyweights, that's the perfect fighter for him. And it only depends which Mahadin we will see.
Yes.
If Mahadin comes ready and hungry, I think Filipovic will have a very tough fight.
A lot of problems, yeah.
With Filipovic, we all know his talent and this, that will do good, but from my just view, I still didn't see him prove himself 100% in the glory or heavyweight division. It was, he had a fight against Kwasi. That fight he won in the last 2-3 seconds. It was not a great performance. Kwasi is still training? No. So after that fight, Kwasi was done with training and everything.
Yes.
He's that, and even before the fight, Kwasi was not usual Kwasi, so expected him to win easier. And after Kwasi, he fought Kahab.
Yes.
No, Ristia. Ristia, he won, but also what I don't like about him, I see his body language is, it happens that almost every fight he fought, I commentated. And his body language in the fight is not good. It's like good for a half a minute, and it sometimes looks like me like he gives up. At least that looked like in the Kahab fight, and that's what I was commentating on. Like he was just waiting for fight to finish. And
yeah, what Mike said, he has some problems with empty gas tank, but sometimes.
Yeah, but also Nordin. But if Nordin comes ready, I think he should win. Depends on which Nordin.
Then we have the fight that I'm looking very well. I'm very happy about it. It's Arjan Sedikovic versus Veda Hoduk. Arjan returned to glory. He was contender in one of the best, in my opinion, technicians in the world. If you see these lower categories, he is like a machine. When I see his videos, I always think, man, is this like, you know, like speeded up, you know, more speed than it's natural, because he looks great. And now I'll see about this fight. What do you think, Mike? You keep track of everything.
Yeah, well, we fought Hovik.
Yes.
With Chico.
Yes.
In Turkey.
In Turkey.
Extra round, of course.
Of course.
Well, he's not fighting that much anymore. I think the Croatian fighter should win easy, and will be a good addition to the roster.
Yeah, Sedikovic.
Yeah, because he fought Region Eersel.
Yeah.
Give him his first 8 count, I think, in one. Yeah.
Very, very good fight. Yeah, he's not actually Croatian, he's from Bosnia, but you know, it's all Balkans. Then we have Miloš Cvetičanin from Serbia again with Omani. It's a light heavyweight division. Cvetičanin, a lot of people are, you know, speaking well of him. Now he won K1 Grand Prix. It was some kind of Grand Prix in Sarajevo. Djevo did it. Yeah. And, you know, people are saying to me, man, this guy is great. You know, he kills everybody on sparring, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see him in this kind of competition. So what do you think, Plaza? You know him?
I know him. I think he should win this fight. The guy he's fighting, I never saw. I cannot say anything.
He's fighting the Dutch guy.
He's fighting Livinius Somani. I don't know who is this guy.
Yeah, he's a young guy.
Is he good?
A young guy.
Yeah, so Cvetičanin, yeah.
He's from the gym of Region Eersel.
Ah.
Same kind of style. Well, the guy who won the K1, I can understand why he was killing people in sparring. But he also got some flaws.
Yeah. He's sloppy a little bit, you know, on some technical side, but he's, you know, just a force in the ring. Yeah.
Well, but everybody is if you let him go.
Yes, if you let him go. Yeah.
So it's going to be this going to be one of these fights, style make fights.
Yes, of course.
You know, it's the guy with unpredictable kicks and knees against the guy with the endless combination, because that's what he does.
Yes.
He's go working, and he traditionally with the low kicks. I like it. So it's hard. I think now you see that. I think the Dutch guy is going to be a little bit taller, leaner.
Yeah, leaner.
The
Tichani is really.
The other, he's stocky.
Yeah, he's stocky.
He's stocky. You know.
Interesting fight, right?
Yes.
Interesting. Like you said, you know, styles make matches, so yeah, we'll wait. We have guys, again, we have Mladen, of course. First he was supposed to fight Toktasinov, Vladimir Tok. Yeah. Then he canceled the fight like usual Toktasinov does. And then now he's fighting Francis Karim Dian. Karim Dian from France. I don't know this guy, Karim Dian. Do you know him?
No.
Do you know him, Plaza?
Not the sharpest knife in the...
Not the sharpest knife in the drawer, right? Okay.
It's not like that when we are sitting here and something happens and they said, okay, we can take it easy, Karim is going to come. You know, but you never know, I think, and of course for Karim, it's a good opportunity to prove himself, but in a farewell fight, you shouldn't bring the new cannons, and I don't think they did. So it's okay. Look, it's the same when Johan Cruyff stopped playing soccer. He did a fight. He played against Bayern Munich and lost 8-0 in Amsterdam. You know, but that is not the idea about the farewell fight.
It's not ideal.
You know what about the farewell thing, you know, so if Bressefast he knocked out in 20 seconds, then everybody goes, hey, what is this?
Why did you do that?
So I think it's a good matchup, and well, everybody's waiting and hoping for the high kick.
Yeah.
You know, and let's hope Mladen, when he do hit with the high kick, and it's not over, the same as with Rico, you know.
Yes.
He just wobbled him, and he's going there to finish him, and not go over there, just probably make an excuse like, hey, shit, man, sorry, I kicked you in the face. I shouldn't do it. Can we do it, take it easy for the next 2 minutes?
Yes,
You know.
So it's a funny story with Mladen. When he was first time here on this couch, and he was, you know, of course I asked him about his high kick. I said, what's the secret? And he said, you know, the secret is that I'm doing it completely wrong, man. The technique is bad. I'm just lifting my leg up, so, you know, I'm not like turning around with hips or anything. I'm just like this. So I do same. It's like middle kick or high kick. It's same for me. I just stretch my leg a little bit more. So people always think, you know, it's going to be middle kick. I don't even know where it's going. Then I'm just stretch it a little bit, and then it's go high, and people just fall down. So it was funny because, you know, everybody was laughing. You know, he has the best high kick in the world, and then he's saying, you know, yeah, it's because it's technically very wrong. It's funny.
But you don't see it coming.
Yeah, you don't see it coming.
Everything hurts that you don't see it coming. You see the puck.
Yeah, just puck and like. Yeah, it was, And then we have Andrej Kedveš, Plaza, AK-47. He has Gerik Bile, odličan borac. He's very good fight, very hard fight. But again, Kedveš is, I'm so sorry that they didn't keep him in glory and, you know, gave him fights in this last year, because his debut in I don't know where it was, but it was great fight, man. He proved that he belongs there. He had one of the performances of the night, and now, okay, he's getting his second chance, but again, very hard fight. Gary Bilay, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that fight, experience, everything. I didn't saw Bilay is now 6-0. He told me that from the last Glory fight, he's 6-0.
Yes.
He's not 6-0.
He said that today.
Yeah, and he saw, and sorry.
He lost of Stoyan.
And after that fight, he told me he in between.
After that fight.
No, after
that fight.
And he told for him, good next fight is Stoyan. He told that today.
Yeah,
and
okay.
after the Stoyan, he said he has 6 fights, and it's 6-0, and all guys are similar level to Kedvesh.
But he's a good fighter.
Yeah, but
Bilay is a good fighter because we had to go deep.
Very good.
Yeah, very hard.
What do you think about Kedvesh? Because he seems like he can win against anybody, but he can lose against most of the people because his style is reckless. He's always thinking just how to punch you and kick you, not about the defense. So from your, for example, your point of view as a trainer, what do you think of him? Could you polish him to be more like conservative, or it's not a good idea for him?
He should. Yeah, well, catfish must be catfish, otherwise it doesn't work.
Yes.
So that's how I usually train. From the 6s and the 7s, I make 8s and 9s.
Okay.
And the 3s, I try not to go in that area. That's my thing. And Bilay is also very good and all-rounded fighter. But catfish is a little bit faster, in my opinion. And he should take advantage of this one. Because also that's how we beat Bilay. Simple. You know, be a little bit faster, do a little bit more, and mix it up a little bit more. Because when Bilay is going to be in trouble, he's going to, like a record that's stuck.
Yeah.
He's going to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. So that's my opinion. I think Bilay is going to win. Sorry to say it, but Catfish certainly has a big chance. And it also depends on what Catfish coming out. You know, did he train hard?
Yes.
Because you need to dig deep in the condition.
Yes.
And it's also something Catfish is lacking about sometimes.
Yes. So yeah, but altogether I like the fight card, really do, because most of the fights are heavyweights that we or light heavyweight.
It's all heavyweights, 4 heavyweights fight, and the prelims are basically the main event. I said that because they're all young Croatian hungry guys that want to prove themselves and earn a spot. And today everybody was like knockouts. Like I know, like they said, I know I need to prove myself, and I know I need to win, and I know I need to win good. They know they need to win. They cannot win like Mikelic and Krajinovic. They cannot do a shitty, boring fight because Roby is sitting next side of the ring, typing on the phone and going like, nah, no glory. And that's it.
And nobody will call them anymore.
Or just call them last minute. So all of the prelim guys, they know they need to prove themselves, and
so it will be like a blood fest, right?
The prelims will be the blood fest, at least.
I mean, these two guys, look at them, like Ivan Bertic and Vito Košar from Zaprešić.
Very talented.
These two guys, young guys, like 20 years old, they were doing open workouts. It was like crazy, man. It was
world
like
champions and Vako
and they're really good.
champions.
They're really good amateurs. Okay, this is another level.
One has 200 amateur, the other one has 150.
But they are so good, man. When you see this new generation, so a lot of good talent.
Bertic told today. I asked him like, next fight, who do you want? He said Bahram. He's light heavyweight. He said this fight, next fight Bahram. Yeah, give it to me. So I'm
he's so fast for his weight, man.
Two of them. I thought if everything goes good, they could become one of the big stars from Croatia in the next few years.
Yes, I think so. I really think so. I didn't believe it until I saw them in person, and the technique and the speed and power. It's like fucking crazy. They are really good.
Mario is the one who told me to push for them. Mario called me, and I knew them before, and Mario was talking high of them always, but he told me to push for them for glory. Then I called Murphy and suggested them too, and they had the record behind, so it didn't take much of a push, but yeah.
Guys, we won't have Q&A because, we just, it's 1.5 hours. That's how much I said, it will last, and we don't have time because these guys actually have another show after it. So we don't have Q&A, and ekipa, ispričavam se, evo, jednostavno smo kasnili u startu, iza nas je snima sad Misterium, nemamo danas vremena za Q&A, tako da ćemo ovdje završiti, a prije toga ću vas samo zamoliti da bacite link, odnosno pogled na link u opisu videa, jer ako vježbate i ako ako trebate nešto da vam pomogne oko umora, oko koncentracije, oko oporavka, oko brzine, svježine i svega na treningu, kreatin je nešto što definitivno morate probati. Znači, već sam tu puno puta pričao, ako niste čuli, evo ukratko, radi se o revolucionarnom proizvodu koji je dobio hrpu nagrada na raznim sajmovima bodybuildinga i vježbanja, jer su kreatin monohidrat, dodali su GA kiselinu i dobili su kreatin, nešto što se puno bolje apsorbira u tijelo i što puno ima više benefita nego sami kreatin monohidrat. Unutra je 60 vrećica, to je za 30 dana, znači za čitav mjesec, jer su po 2 vrećice dnevno, odlično novo pakiranje, a vi kao gledatelj podcast inkubatora imate 10% popusta na taj proizvod. Link je u opisu videa, kod je podcast inkubator. Naručite, probajte i javite nam svoje dojmove. Evo, izvoli Mladiću, jedan poklon za tebe. Ti si onako s njima i surađivao i to si već probao, tako da znaš sve. Ekipa još podsjetnik, samo da bacite oči, odnosno svoj pogled na linkove u opisu videa što se tiče Gloryja i na Gloryjev event i na eventim gdje se mogu kupiti ulaznice za 95, Gloryj 95 za spektakl. Što se tiče kickboxinga, tako nije bilo na ovim prostorima otkad je Gloryj otišao, tako da evo, iako Plaze nema, Plazu je zapravo tamo, napucali su fight card, stvarno pucao s dobrih mečeva, nitko ne može reći da nije takav i nemate izliku da ne dođete ako ste borilački fan, tako da vam hvala na tome. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I know that you have a tight schedule, that you have a lot of things, a lot of obligations, a lot of stuff to do. But yeah, I really appreciate it. And Mike, I consider you my friend. We always talk on Facebook and stuff like that. You're such a great guy and always in a good mood. So yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. Plaza, hvala ti Buras, ti nas uvijek spasiš. Evo i sad spašavaš Gloryj na neki način. Odazoveš se. Ekipa inače prošli tjedan je trebao biti Plaza. I mene i njega su malo isforsali. Ja zovem Plazu, on kaže Buras nisam spavao. Onda smo na kraju to otkazali i bolje da smo danas napravili. Jer evo mi se s Majkom da je bila veća fora. Guys, see you tomorrow on official weigh-ins and you go in Poreć now, in Grše. So you
come back tomorrow.
Yeah, come back tomorrow. Ok, i ovaj podcast je bio na najboljoj mreži, najstabilnijem streamu, A1 mreži, ekipa. Vidimo se u nastavku tjedna, šta god. Bok.